his phone in his pocket or something.
Yes. Hey, welcome back to another RSG Lunch stream. Happy fourth weekend. I hope everybody had a great, happy fourth weekend with Cinco de Mayo and everything going on. Welcome to the lunch stream. We're back doing what we do best, and that's talk about nonsense for the next hour. Keeping you entertained is what we do here at the RSG home headquarters here on my laptop. Welcome, everybody. Let's introduce everybody. We've got the usual suspects in-house, and so let's introduce everybody. We've got the Brown Gandalf, the French Tickler, the Chicken Chaser himself, Grande Patron. What's going on, Wi-Fi Government Siller?
Hey, yeah, doing good. Glad to be here. How's your week been, Ranger?
It's been super busy. Streaming like a madman. That's what we
I hear
do.
you. I hear you.
And then today I've got to finish up my papers and stuff, and then tonight at 7 we'll do some Battlefront 2 streaming. That's what we do. And then also joining us for on the crew, we've got the Apprentice Saintly Red here.
Hey.
And he will be scooping up your questions. Dr. Finn is still, I think, in Virginia doing the wedding stuff and everything. Indian weddings go a long time, man. It's pretty impressive. And then also joining us is our boy Grim the Mechanic.
I aim to misbehave.
Oh, snap. And then also we've got the one and only Xylo Takedown, who was here, and then I think he's dealing with the baby.
I think he is dealing with a baby.
The baby. So he's handling the baby right now. So if you have questions, then by all means, go ahead and get those in, and we will get to them. I don't have a roster for you, but that's okay. We've been doing a lot of those lately. But hey, everybody in chat, glad to see you here. Glad to see everybody's doing fine. So let's get into the nuts and bolts. Grande, we are going to be doing something special tomorrow night at 10 Eastern.
We are.
Well, I'll just let you tell us all about it because I think it's pretty cool. Because we were just Absolutely. On the Cheat Code podcast last Thursday or Friday, I think.
Cheat Code Visa podcast. We did that on Thursday on the 4th. Had a great time with that. It was really a lot of fun. Scotto, you, me, Mr. Wonderful.
Yeah.
If you haven't checked that out, you can just go in your podcast RSS feeder of choice, search Cheat Code Visa, and you'll see Scotto does a little podcast, Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. He is doing a charity event, which is coming up Tuesday at 7 Pacific. So for our normal viewers, that's going to be 10 Eastern. We're going to do that on his Discord server, and then we're also going to it'll be dual streamed on Cubs Fan Han YouTube channel. And what we're going to do is we are trying to raise money for a gentleman named Ryan who is running across the United States for adolescents and young adults fighting cancer. So, we heard about it. Ranger and I did, and we said, absolutely, we're willing to help you and put our support behind that. That sounds like something excellent. Pretty much cancer has touched almost everyone's life. If you're, over the age of about 25 or 30, you know someone who's had cancer, someone who's died from cancer, someone that it's affected their life pretty seriously. And this is something that's real close to Ranger and I and all of the Reality Skewed gamers' hearts. And we said, absolutely, we'd be willing to do that. So we're going to go on their podcast / live stream there that they're having. And we'd love for you guys to join us. They're going to give some really cool giveaways. They've got some social media stuff where you just share what Ryan's doing. And by sharing what he's doing, you're entered into a few giveaways. And then by donating, you are entered into a few different items. Really cool stuff. Definitely think it's something that we should all take a look at.
Yeah, so that'll be 10 p.m. Eastern, so we'll keep pimping that stuff. And if you'd like to know more, then I don't have a link yet. We haven't got that information, but it's not hard to find.
I probably won't have a link till tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. So But we'll be into that as well. So stay tuned for more information. It's a good cause, and it's something that we definitely want to help support. I'd like to see as many RSG folks out there tomorrow, if you can. You know, real life happens, so if you can be there, great. If not, it's okay. But as many as we can get over there to support that as well. I mean, the guy's running across the United States. That's incredible. So whatever we can do to support, I think we have a goal to hit, and we're going to try to reach it. So that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. So awesome. All right, so we've got that out of the way. Man, lots of
the mechanisms. You talk about the mechanisms.
Yeah, we got some mechanisms. You know, guys, keep up the support so far. We've got you know, the thumbs up always helps, and the subscriptions always help. If you'd like to help our channel grow and continue to grow, those are one way. The other way is to support us financially, which is help the channel in that regard. And you can do that a couple ways, and all the money that we receive always goes right back into the stream. And you can do that either through the super chat function. If you donate $20 or more, you become a VIP, which means you get your own channel. We do a lot of awesome stuff with our VIPs in the channel, free access to us, early access to stuff that we're working on, like questions for CG Carry. When we were doing that was done. We didn't say what, but we kind of said, we just need some questions. What do you think? And then so there's stuff like that that you get access to as a VIP member. If you'd like to have the cool emoji and stuff you see in chat with people next to their name, then you just become a sponsor. And sponsor is the top button on the right, very top. And for $4.99 a month, you can become a sponsor. And you basically not only get VIP status, but you put your cool little icon with the RSG symbol next to your name, and you get the emojis that you can use, like Baby Ranger and Baby Finn and Grande the Chicken Chaser and all that other stuff. So there's a lot of cool stuff in there as well. Also, if you want to, we've got the RSG swag store, so we've got a lot of stuff in there that you can look at. In
Rose Taco T-shirts.
Yes, so they are real. We've got those going on. So if you'd like to get one of those, you're more than welcome. And then we'd like you to take pictures and put it in our Pimp Your RSG stuff. And if you have a suggestion, we also have a channel on our Discord where you can give us your suggestions on what you think you'd like to see for some swag. And again, all the proceeds go right back to the stream and pay for everything. So you know, so that every little bit helps. So we really appreciate it. And if you're listening to this later on, you can listen to us on YouTube Red, or you can listen to us as download us to the iTunes Store and podcast, and you can do it that way. So I think that's everything for the mechanisms.
Loki joined us.
Oh God, is there a Loki sighting?
I did join you.
Okay.
How are you?
How's breakfast going?
It's good, man. I'm still trying to kick this cold, man. I've had it for like 3 weeks already.
Well,
Yeah.
I think it could be Ebola.
You just need to take some oregano oil, bro.
Yeah, you need to drink. You need to swallow some raw garlic.
We're giving you all these like home remedies.
In there, man. I was still doing gargle salt. I mean, all sorts of crap. It's not helping, so I just gotta wait for it to pass.
Yeah. Just if you're on antibiotics, go through the full regimen and do all that stuff, and then you'll be okay.
I'm trying to meet up with Cyber Shark is in town. I'm trying to meet up with that guy.
Nice.
Just don't give him your crud. Make sure you're eating that garlic.
Yeah. He's in. I think he's like in. He's in a city called Alhambra, which is like all Asian town. So it's, you know, they got garlic and calamari and all that stuff over there. Okay. It's all the good stuff.
Oh, you know, the cure-all for everything is Mr. John Daniels. So if you're not drinking some John Daniels, I don't know what to tell you, man. You're just prolonging your agony.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
It's called a hot. Actually, it's a hot toddy. Just drink this. Make some tea, some herbal tea, and then put some Jack Daniels in there with a little bit of honey. I'm telling you, man, you'll feel better the next day with no problems.
Ghost peppers, bro. Ghost peppers.
Oh God. Hell no.
Oh man, that's so funny. Go to the doctor, bro. If it's been 3 weeks, get a shot.
I'm sure
he'll kick that crap.
I'm sure he has. So we've got the May the 4th stuff happening today. We've got the bounty hunter contracts. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff going on. Grande, I got my Night Sisters up. I got First Order Executioner, where he's about to be Gear 12. I can't believe it. I'm just missing one piece.
We had some amazing stuff this weekend. I mean, how many freaking events did we have?
A lot.
and new mythic events.
Yeah,
and
you
new-
know, I have to say, I was disappointed they didn't do double EXP, but then the amount of shards, and I'm about to get some more shards that I've received this weekend, I think more than made up for it. Holy crap.
All of the events were really great. I will tell you,
that I gotta say, though, that mythic tier event, that last one for the new Ground Wars.
The one for the Ewoks and the Jedi.
Yeah, I hate that. I think it's
bad. It took me a while to get it. I had to finish up my my Hermit Yoda, put a Zeta on him, and then I probably had to try it about 8 or 10 times. I did not get it the first day, but I did get it the second day after I had enough to Zeta old Hermit Yoda, and I went in there with GK, Zeta Barris, Ezra, Hermit Yoda, and Grandmaster Yoda, and was able to knock it out of the park just with the 2 Zetas, the Barris Zeta and the Hermit Yoda Zeta. But It did take some serious freaking effort, man, and a little bit of really good RNG.
I mean, I went in there with Gear 11 Jedis, but they just have so much health, and it was just, we were doing it on the mature stream, like, the battles were taking so long, I was just looking at like, this is not fun. I mean, I like a challenge, but this is ridiculous.
Well, I mean, I had to have Hermit Yoda really geared up. I had to have him super fast, and then I basically had to use Grandmaster Yoda, steal all the protection buffs, and then give it to the entire team.
Yeah, but even then, I mean, it still took a long time
it felt like chopping down a forest with a freaking Swiss Army knife is what it felt like, right? I mean, it was definitely death by 1,000 cuts, even whenever I got it all done. And I only know of maybe a few people that have done it without using Hermit Yoda. I saw one guy.
I don't have my Hermit Yoda 7-star, so I could not do it.
I saw one guy do it with maxed out Ewoks, and for his 5th, he put in Ayla Secura. He was able to get that done that way. But that's the only other way I've seen it done is some people who had some really OP Ewoks. Loki, how were you? Were you able to knock that thing out with anything other than Jedi?
Yeah, I couldn't do it with Jedi. I did it with Ewoks. But
nice. What was the team comp?
It was Chief Chirpa, Wicket, Ewok Elder, Paplu, and Logray.
Yeah, that's the team I saw do it. And then that one guy that swapped out and put in a maxed out Ayla Secura. Not too many people have a maxed out Ayla Secura, though. But this particular individual happened to. Tough event, right? I mean, we like tough stuff. We do. I got to tell you, though, they gave away tons of mods. They gave away tons of freaking shards for everything else. So everybody should be, all the quote unquote elder players should be relatively happy. I know I was. My shard shop is now nice and full, which is cool. How are you able to do in the events that we have today, Ranger?
I've got the Rebel one on lockdown, so it's not a problem.
So the Rebel one's not a problem. What about the Bounty Hunter event?
My Bounty Hunters are still not where they need to be. I'm still focusing on the characters. I'll get my Paplu shards and be happy with it.
I pretty much have everything done, but the Wampa one, and I'm only about 20 shards off from having a 7-star Wampa. I've tried it, 5 or 6 or 8 times. Spent a lot of time gearing my my Bounty Hunters for that event, and I still got toasted even with all the Omegas sitting on Bosk. So I just said, you know what? We'll just go back and 3-star all the others. It's not easy to 3-star. Mm-hmm. Even that one for the Imperial Probe Droid shard is not easy. Loki, how'd you do on that one? Did you get some more Wampa stuff going on, or did you go for something else this time?
No, Wampa's the only one left for me, so I just been doing that one. I tried Bosk. I think it was a little bit easier. The original team I was using was Boba Fett lead with Cad Bane, Dengar, IG-88, and Greedo, and then I dropped IG-88 for Bosk.
Interesting.
Boba lead, yeah. And for me, that was easier. I think that AoE attack that Bosk has is really a game changer for me because it gave me the third stun on the team. That helps out a lot. I didn't have to Zeta my Greedo anymore. I was really that close to doing it, but I held off. And now the team has 3 stuns, and it was able.
That's going to help you at the end.
It was a lot easier run. For me, it was a lot easier run. So,
were you able to 3-star, or are you just 1-starring it or 2-starring it?
I 3-starred I 3-starred this time around with Bosk, and
Gotcha.
my Bosk is at the moment my Bosk is 5-star, but he's gear 11, and then I just threw a I got him to like I don't know 230 or 240 speed or something like that. So he was doing pretty good.
Nice. I'm glad you were able to get that. I was not able to complete that. I tried it so many times. Grim, how about you? What do you think about these events we had over the weekend? What do you think about this? About the now that we're seeing the Galactic Bounties special event for the second time? How'd you fare this weekend?
I was only able to do the first tier for Paplu, but it was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the bonus drops. I've gotten enough shards to star up my Nihilus and get about halfway to the next star. So approximately 60 shards worth of Nihilus just from the bonus drops.
Nice. What about what about the Ewok / Jedi event? How are you able to do with that one?
I was able to do the first 2 tiers. I wasn't able to do the bonus one. Unfortunately, my Jedi aren't that high. Or the Mythic,
yeah, it was really, really tough. I don't know if is Xylo still with us. He's got he sings old Hermit Yoda's praises. How were you able to do the Mythic and the bonus tier of that event with your Jedis?
I wasn't, unfortunately. I tried doing a old Ben, GK, double Hermit Yoda, and Ayla Sakura, but like you guys said, they're just a bunch of wet noodles and couldn't get them through. Hitting enough damage even with those event buffs. I also tried Ezra with both Bens and both Yodas, and my Ezra just needs a little more love, so it was pretty tough even with both Zetas on Hermit Yoda.
Yeah, it seems like the team most people used was that GK Zeta Barris team with Ezra and both Yodas. That seems to be the.
If I'd have had a Zeta Barris, I think it would have helped a little more. But at the same time, with Hermit Yoda's healing mechanics alone, kept the team alive. It's just they were getting one-shotted, basically.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, that 4th battle was after a couple times I was like, nope, I'm done. I don't really
no more agony, right?
Yeah, I'm not even gonna attempt
the phase 4, the best I got was I got the shield droid down, I got Grievous down, and then all the other sides started death marking every tune on my roster.
So I gotta tell you, I left the shield droids for last. I killed Grievous, and then I started working on them other droids. But I would just use I would use I would use Ezra to remove, and then the Zeta Barris for the dispel, and I just kept dispelling the death mark, and then just kept going on with it like that, and kept using Grandmaster Yoda to keep stealing that extra protection. That's what really got me through the deal.
Yeah.
Right.
Saintly Red.
What's up?
What'd you think, bro? What'd you think of that event? Of all the events over the weekend?
Well, I was able to do the bonus event for the Jedi / Ewok event. That's as best as I could do. The Mythic, Jesus. No way I'm doing that. Not without a 7-star Hermit Yoda.
Yeah, that was the key for me. Oh man. Okay, well.
Get to some
anything
questions.
Else you want to? Yeah, let's do some questions. That sounds like a good idea.
Ski Trooper, question. I have a Gear 12 Asajj with lead Zetas, Gear 12 Acolyte, Gear 11 Daka, Talia, and Mother Talzin. And Mother Talzin's at 6-star. If I want to build a team for the last day of Darkside territory battles, Is my best option to Zeta Mother Talzin lead other options? To clarify, this is when Mother Talzin is 7-star, and I'm looking to invest the fewest Zetas as possible.
I don't even have Mother Talzin Zeta. I went for Asajj lead, and I did Mother's unique, and I've always done it that way, and never really had any issues. And because Asajj is more useful on different teams, that's the reason why I did that Zeta. And so I've never run Mother Talzin lead, not once. Just me. Anybody else?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're on it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I would say she doesn't need her Zeta to be useful. I mean, it makes it easier, but it's not a requirement.
Yeah, but I mean, if I was going to Zeta a leader, I'd Zeta Asajj leader before I would Zeta Mother leader.
Yeah.
That also lets you run that team today, even without her being 7-star, right? I mean, potentially you can run that team now. With an Asajj lead on day 7, if you didn't happen to get Mother Talzin to 7-star by that time. So
Science.
I just think there's more utility. There's more utility in Asajj Ventress than there is in Mother Talzin. And even if you use Mother Talzin in Arena, most of the teams I see today that use her don't use her as lead. They just use her on the team.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do her unique, and then that'll be it. You know. So I mean, my Night Sisters come along nicely. So I've already got the double Zetas on Asajj. So I'll do Mother Talzin next, and then Daka. Then Night Sisters. They'll be Gear 11 at least for the next Territory Wars. But for Weak Zombie, but I want a Weak Zombie. So,
in order to use her in Territory Wars, though, I think you have to get her over 6,000.
yeah,
right?
she's there easily.
Easy. Just take her Gear 6, put all the gear pieces on, don't level her up to Gear 7, and, you know, that at 3 stars, that'll make her exactly 6K.
No. Easy. All right, next question, Stanley.
Clayton Benjamin, who does Zeta, Darth Nihilus or Hermit Yoda, and which one on either?
Depends.
Okay. Yeah, totally depends.
Are you using Nihilus in Arena? If so, I would go with Nihilus. If you're not, then Hermit Yoda would be an excellent choice.
So let's talk about this. Most people today do not run a Nihilus lead.
No, it's not going to be Nihilus lead. It's going to be his unique.
Which means you run as unique. This is the Lord of Hunger one. This especially works well if you're running it with a if you're running it like under a Palpatine lead, right? And then if you look at Hermit Yoda, I'm going to tell you what I did, right? Which is I did Hermit Yoda's what's it called? I did his strength flows from the Force, right? I did that one because that one gave me 20% protection, and allies gain foresight for 2 turns, and it's reduced its cooldown by 1. This one about do or do not, this has to do with resetting. This is a unique that resets all of his cooldowns on the death of a character. You need a Rezer on that team in order for that Zeta to really, really work really well, right? Because otherwise, I'm not really sure exactly what you're getting. We do not have a Jedi Resurrector yet, which means that one only really works on a Gen team, only works if you've got Cholo on the team, or would work on some kind of Night Sister team / that's about it, right? I mean, that's really what it would work. I mean, you're not going to run him with Krennic and Death Trooper. So that one has the do or do not Zeta has very limited usefulness. The other Zeta is much more useful. So if you're going to Zeta the special, the strength flows from the Force, or on Hermit Yoda, and Zeta Nihilus's Lord of Hunger. Now, which one first and which one second? Man, that you could have a huge debate on that one, and it's totally based on, where are you at in the game, which one's higher gear level, which one's higher star level, whether you're running a more light side team or more dark side team.
Yeah, there's a lot of factors into that. So you have to look into all those and take that on all those considerations, and then make the best choice for yourself. I mean, that's the best way to do it. I mean, you've really got to decide. If you, if you're using Nihilus and PvP on your team, you do a Zeta. It really makes a huge difference. And if not,
not a whole lot of PvP teams with Hermit Yoda anymore. I occasionally see one, but
no,
not a ton.
You know, they exist, but I mean, you know, chilly. All right, next question.
Bond fan. Question, I have a Zeta right now and almost at 233. Went for Bosk because my bounty hunters were weak and was hoping he could shoulder the load. Want to put his Zeta, but don't have Mother Talzin lead yet. Think I can manage both before Territory Wars?
Well, if you've got a Saj lead, then you should be fine without Mother Talzin lead.
Agreed.
So if you want to do a boss as leader, hell yeah, go for it, man. That'd make your bounty hunter team better. Yeah, especially if you made the investment in the boss. I mean, Mother Talzin lead is really nice. It gives you more flexibility with the niceness. But if you've done a Saj, which I'm assuming since you have 33, you probably have, just her leader alone, I mean, yeah, you can be fine with that team.
I think it kind of depends on how far down the road they've gone with Bosk too, right?
Yeah.
And whether or not you're going to use, and whether, I mean, a 3-star Bosk or a 4-star Bosk, I would probably tell you to hold off on that Zeta. That's just me, right? I mean, is he going to be great? I think he's going to be okay. I'm kind of with Loki. I actually think potentially Boba Fett is still a better leader, and Bosk is better on the team.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking as well. Boba Fett's lead, with the amount of thermal detonators that are getting tossed out now with the bounty hunter team, the turn meter gain from a Boba lead it outweighs Bosk's healing ability as a leadership. So
potentially, if you were going to put a Zeta on Bosk, you might want to do that Transjosian Rage, his unique that says when he loses taunt, he gets taunt back again. Potentially, you would want to do that one first, but I would highly recommend not doing that on a 3-star or 4-star Bosk.
No.
And I would probably recommend not putting the Zeta on him at least until he's gear 10.
I know I was a proponent of saying his unique is better than his leadership. His unique is decent, but once you have all the characters on the opposing team to where they don't have any protection left, that Zeta stops working.
Interesting.
So it's not as good as we thought it was going to be. Because what it is as long as the lowest or the weakest enemy still has protection, he gains the taunt.
Phone call, be right back.
So if they don't have protection, it doesn't work.
Interesting. So I'd wait on that Zeta Bosk then, man. I'd be looking at some different Zetas. I know I got a Zeta getting ready to come back up. I'm kind of torn between probably a Zeta on Wampa and a Zeta on Scion before I'd look at something else. I mean, that's just me personally. There are some older characters that have some really good Zetas. And so you probably need to start reevaluating. Look at your stuff, right? Typically, I'm going to tell you not to put a Zeta on someone unless they're 7-star and at least gear 10. So that would be my kind of general recommendation. Look, what the Zeta is there is to augment the characters you already have, that you've already invested a lot into, to kind of push them to that next level. Next question.
Ancient Farmer. I run Rex lead with Kenobi, Thrawn, Steeless, and Han. Who should be the fastest modded character for this team?
He runs Rex with CLS, Kenobi. Who else?
Thrawn and Han.
So I would say that you have two choices. Your choices are either Rex or your choices are Thrawn. If you're going to do Thrawn, you're on offense, you're basically going to turn meter swap with Rex. If not, then you need to make Rex the fastest, so that on defense, the first thing Rex does is put tenacity up. So either Thrawn or Rex, your choice. Anybody else agree, disagree?
Nope.
I think it's a good
Okay.
choice.
Next question.
Percival, question. Finally finished the vets. Both are 7-star Gear 8, level 85. Is that enough for JTR Heroic Journey?
Yes. So I did the JTR Heroic Journey, and I have not put any gear on my vets since then. And my vets are both Gear 8. Veteran Smuggler Han was able to do it. Viagra Brother Han was able to do it with one piece sitting on him at Gear 8. And Chewbacca, I was able to do with 2 or 3 or 4 pieces sitting on him at Gear 8. And that's it. So you are going to do just fine. And I felt like I had extra stuff in the tank. So you're going to be just fine. You don't need to put any more stuff on them.
Nope.
I would recommend that you get their abilities to 7. Do not put Omegas on them.
No. Maybe Ray, but that's not the.
You don't even have to have a Zeta on Ray. I mean, you could have a Gear 9, Gear 10 Ray and probably do just fine with Ray.
Yeah.
Next question.
Nathaniel Miller, kill order on last round of Rebel Roundup. I can only get my Fett there, and he always gets killed twice between turns.
Okay, I do not use on Rebel Roundup. I went in with Veer's lead. I did not go in with bounty hunters, and the reason why is because I kept looking for. I just had an easier time every time using Imperial troopers. So, and I don't know about anybody else, but I found that to be so much easier to use Imperial troopers. So you're using Veer's lead, which is 30% offense and 20 speed and 10% turn meter. And then I have his unique Zated, which is, whenever an enemy is defeated while Veers is active, Imperial clone troopers gain offense up for 2 turns and gain 50% turn meter and recover 10% protection. The recover 10% protection is really what gets you through that last tier. The kill order for me was Bodhi Rook, Scarif Rebel Pathfinder, Rolo, Fulcrum Ahsoka Tano, CLS, and then R2. R2 is your main HP, and he really doesn't do that much damage. But I wanted to get the extra adds out of the way. And Fulcrum Ahsoka Tano is dealing a bunch of damage. Rolo's dealing a bunch of debuffs, and CLS is a relatively big damage dealer. Anybody else have a different thought on how to do that mission?
I killed Scarif Rebel Pathfinder, and then I went and put Deathmark on Leia and got her off the map, and then killed the Rebel officer, and then rock and roll from there.
Deathmark is your friend in that event. You need
which I just tried it here, but I hit the wrong button, and I was like, oh no, what have I done? I was like, oh no.
Death Trooper with Deathmark is what's going to help you kill Lando. It's going to help you kill Lobot. It's going to help you kill Rolo. It's going to help you kill CLS. It's going to Deathmark is your friend in this event. Absolutely. So Deathmark, and then after Deathmark, you either want to make sure you're using your AoEs, your call-in assists, or the event ability where they get to shoot like 7 times.
Yeah, but make sure they're stunned.
Here's a question, though.
If you get a stun, like say on one of the characters with the Trooper, then you can use that ability and it'll hit every time.
Why does our Lobot suck and their Lobot rock?
Lobot!
Bro, if we had a Lobot like they did,
I'd never leave the house if I had a Lobot like that.
If we had a Grievous like they do in the event, if we had a Savage Opress like they do on the challenge table, bro, yeah, I'd never leave the house. All right, next question.
Old Jazz. Question, are there any new strategies or squad theories for tackling normal AAT Phase 1? As we work towards Heroic, my guild has improved on every phase, but Grievous still puts a hurting on us. Any advice?
Ooh, a normal AAT. Gosh, I've never actually run a normal AAT. Or if I did, it's been forever and a day ago.
The sync team should work just fine.
It should, but you got to remember that the HP is huge in that deal, right?
Huge.
And they're going to get to enrage super freaking quick, right? So that's really the problem when working towards that. A Kenobi sync team will work. Potentially a Jawa, like a Jawa led team would work with Jawa and GK. But no matter what they do, they are going to get to. They're going to get to enrage before before anything else happens. So I don't know, man. I don't know. You hurry up and work with your guild on getting them to heroic status, man. Mm-hmm. If you're killing that regular AAT in one reset or less, you're ready to go to heroic AAT, man. If you're killing it, in 2 days, let's say, if everybody's firing on all cylinders, then you should be able to go to heroic status on the heroic AAT.
I agree.
It's so much less HP, man. I get it. They hit a little bit harder. I get it. You can only use your characters one time. But effectively, with really great teams at the end game, you should be able to have, every member of the guild be able to push 10% per phase. Really easily push 10% per phase. And if you can do 10% per phase, that means 10 guys can clear a heroic AAT. 10 guys, with a GP with GP on the right characters at around, that have the player's roster is somewhere around, 2 mil or 2.5 mil. You should be able to clear a heroic AAT with 10 members participating.
That's science.
CLS, and Jedi Training Ray teams really put a hurting on everybody being able to clear heroic AATs.
All right, next question.
So Nathaniel Miller, the guy who asked about the kill order with bounty hunters, he says Veer's lead is not an option for me. What part of bounty hunters did they not hear?
All right. So you want to use bounty hunters. You have to use bounty hunters. Okay. So let's try to figure out bounty hunters, right? So he's making us use bounty hunters. If you're going to use bounty hunters, I think you still have to go with Boba Fett lead. It's still the lead that works. I think you're still going. I think you're going with Greedo. I think you're going with Dengar. I think you're going with Bosk. And now in this 5th slot, I think it's kind of up to you as far as whether or not you run IG-88. He does a lot of damage, but he's squishy as hell. Zam Wessel may be a good choice for expose and for being able to detonate the bombs. And then Cad Bane may be a good choice as far as being able to put stuns up. I'd probably say Zam Wessel is your best choice. I still think the kill order is similar. I think the kill order whenever you go up against it is you have to get rid of the high DPS and you have to get rid of those damage dealers. So you're going to have to get rid of you're going to have to use Greedo because you're going to have to dispel Scarif Rebel Pathfinder. You need to get rid of Bodhi because he's easy to kill. You leave R2 alone. Then you need to get rid of Rolo. You need to get rid of Fulcrum Ahsoka Tano. You need to get rid of CLS. Once you've gotten rid of Rolo, Fulcrum Ahsoka Tano, and CLS, then you can go back and work on Scarif Rebel Pathfinder, and you can go back and work on R2. I would leave R2 to the last, and I would leave Scarif Rebel Pathfinder to the last, and I would basically use Greedo's Dispel on Scarif Rebel Pathfinder so that you can continue to attack the other two Fulcrum Ahsoka Tano on that team is going to kick your butt every time. She's going to be, and the reason why she's going to kick your butt is because none of your bombs are going to stick. Nothing's going to stick. You're going to have to run through all of her protection. So I would definitely say that that's the one that's probably going to be your biggest hiccup in that particular scenario, because even your ability block is not going to stick.
Well, the thing is with debuffs, they will stick to her, but they'll do less damage because all she'll do is dispel them right away and take a little bit of HP damage.
So I think you've probably got to do ability block on everyone and then work Fulcrum Ahsoka Tano first in that particular kill order. That would be my suggestion. You don't really have a really great cleanser either for your team that way, which kind of sucks. And you have no real healing ability. That sucks too.
All right. Next question.
We don't have any other questions right now.
Really?
Hey, you should try that event, Ranger. Try the freaking event with your bounty hunters.
Oh, no, I'm doing it with my trooper team. I'm about to beat the 3rd tier one. No, hell no.
No. I need for you to escape out.
No, kiss my ass, Grande. No.
No, Ranger, I need for you to escape out.
I'm going to kill this, and I'm not using my goddamn bounty hunters. Things that takes forever. No.
Ranger.
Why did you do it on your damn...
I'm done.
Wasn't that convenient?
No, if one of us is going to suffer, it's going to be you,
it ain't going to be me. I'm telling you right now, I'm finishing this. I'm going to kill this little bastard R2, and then I'm done. No.
I will point something out. B. Masu says he tried to use Death Mark on Fulcrum.
Oh, yes.
Don't do that.
She just dispels it.
Yeah, don't do that. No, so as you saw, I just did it, right? I killed the Paraformal Pathfinder first, then immediately went to Leia. As soon as Death Mark came around, put it on her, blew her out. Then I killed the officer in the back. And then it's just, you just beat down each. I did Ahsoka, then I did Luke, and then R2 for last. And it's really not that hard. You have to get some RNG luck, because the first time I did it, it didn't quite go the way I did. And if they get a chance and... You're gonna
you can lose a guy in the first round, or you could lose a guy against Lobot.
Yeah, Lobot.
You could probably do it with gear 10 troopers easier than you could do it with gear 11 or gear 12 bounty hunters. I mean, you got to have some serious freaking bounty hunters. Make that crap work.
I'm going to get my Paplo shards real quick. Oh, God. Because my bounty hunters need to get some more gear and stuff. And I'm still on the fence about Boss. Do I want to make that investment in him? And I'm having a tough time. Is he worth $300?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I'd say no.
On the Rebel Roundup, it says you need a 7-star bounty hunter, but I can use my Bosk and he's not 7-star, so that's great.
I could use my Bosk as well.
Okay.
For whatever reason, you're allowed to not use a 7-star Bosk in that event.
Yeah, he's good.
So there's that. Chilly. Okay, we got a couple of questions now.
Oh, okay.
Brandon Behrens, team to transition to after Phoenix, got 6-star Thrawn, should get 7-star Palp, have 6-star Vader. Who to pair them with?
Each other. Yeah. Vader, Palp, Thrawn,
Short Trooper, Sith Trooper. You can go Rogue Guard until you get one of those guys.
Yep. Death Trooper
in that team.
Regular Stormtrooper works too.
Yeah, regular Stormtrooper works really good too.
Who else? First Order, or not First Order, TIE Fighter pilot. Regular TIE Fighter pilot on that team even works.
Because his AoE Dispel and
Nihilus works. Scion.
Grand Moff Tarkin works.
A 3-star Scion works. Man, yeah. Empire Sith for the win, bro.
Science.
Empire Sith for the win. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
That's who you go to after Phoenix.
Oh, bot. Yeah, there's a lot of options you can go there. And they'll work really well for you. You know, some work better than others, but that's okay. Until you get them ready, then you use other members of the Empire team and kick ass and take names. All right.
Yes.
Yes. Excellent. Excellent, Smithers. All right, next question, please. For favor.
Andrew Sweeney. Question: I'll have 5 Zetas by the end of today, but can't pull the trigger on anyone. Help me, RSG. Help me, RSG. You're my only hope.
Well, let's just go through.
If you have 5 Zetas, Zeta Phoenix, bro. All the
First order. Do one of them, Jesus.
Yeah. Double Zeta Crew, great choice.
First order Stormtrooper. I mean, good God.
Veers, First Order Stormtrooper. Gosh.
Baby Jesus.
You know,
I mean,
Nihilus Unique. Night Sisters need 3 at least.
Yeah, you need to do 2 on Asajj, 1 on Mother Tal's, and Daka's optional. So there's 3 you can do right there. Hell, you could do Night Sisters and then, or at least
Crew.
Do
Night
2 and
Sisters
2 and Crew.
You could do double Asajj Ventress. You could do Mother Unique. You could do double Zeta Crew and First Order Stormtrooper. You could do CLS lead. You could do JTR
R2,
lead.
BB-8.
You could do CLS binds all things. You
Hermit
could do
Yoda.
You could do Wampa, right? Dang. I mean, you could do Nihilus.
You could do Palpatine, Vader.
You could do Scion Unique.
Scion, and then be like, I win.
I mean, we've just given off a whole bunch of stuff, man. I mean, go look at your roster. What do you have at gear 10 plus? And let's figure out what works. I'm going to even tell you that.
No,
do not Zeta Clone Wars Chewbacca.
You're a bad man. Don't do that. That's a very bad man.
Do not Zeta Pow. Do not Zeta the freaking Viagra brothers, veteran Chewie and veteran Han.
Sorry.
I mean, those are ones who don't do, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a lot of we were just talking earlier about bounty hunters. Let's say you want to go all in on bounty hunters. Greedo, for the stun. I mean,
120
Greedo, Dengar.
Who did you just say you have 120 Zetas?
No, the bounty hunter faction in general call for like 120 Zeta materials. So
right. But you don't have to do all of them, right?
No.
Some of them are garbage, right? I mean, what I'm saying is, I don't ever do anything to completion. I'm like the biggest procrastinator in this game, right? I want the largest return because what this game really is this game is a resource management game, right? If you're looking at the Phoenix team, I would tell you that Kanan is a great one. I would tell you that Zeb is a great one, and I would tell you the best one is Sabine with Sabine Zeta. I would tell you that Ezra's is okay.
Phoenix in Gear 12 with all their Zetas, that team is sick. It
that
really
team
is
rocks.
sick.
It really is good. I mean, it's super good. Here's the other thing too. Is almost everybody has 7-star Phoenix. Their ships are great. Their ships potentially could be even greater whenever we get a ships rework that comes out, right? Mm-hmm. Because they're not used a ton right now, and they've said before that they're trying to rebalance stuff. You could easily end up with the Phantom and the Ghost being 2 of the better ships in the game when the new rework comes out. I mean, we don't know it for sure, but here's what we do know for sure. A Phoenix team that's Zetaed out could take out a CLS team on defense in territory wars. Mm-hmm. I mean, you got a lot of super great choices on stuff that you could make work. just freaking just pull the trigger, man. I don't know what to say. Just pull the trigger.
Stop whining.
Loki said this a long time ago, and I couldn't agree with him more. Loki one time said, they could close down the servers tomorrow, right? And they could. I don't think they will, but they could. If they could close down the servers tomorrow, smoke them if you got them. Use what you got now. Just put them on there. Have fun with what you can have fun with. Now, because you're going to enjoy it. There are a lot of 1 Zeta teams, too. A lot of 1 Zeta teams. Veers is a 1 Zeta team. Finn is a 1 Zeta team. Barris makes a 1 Zeta team. I mean, get all your onesie twosie teams done. Zeta Finn completely changes that team. I mean, I don't know what Zetas you got, bro, but I don't ever wait. I don't ever wait on a Zeta, man.
I don't have any Zetas open. I always use them on teams. That's why I have my crew team done. That's why, first order done. That's why I have a lot of teams done, right? I put the Zetas where they, that are going to give me immediate return, right? And not just in PvP, but territory wars, territory battles. Now I go to territory battles because I've got the first order team, and I'm not stressing. I'm like, that's a win, that's a win, that's a win. It just makes life easier. I've got Zetas on Jin and Cassian. I still don't know why I keep getting slaughtered on the 6th battle with Gear 11, 12 Rogue One teams, but they're there. The other battles, it's an easy win, so did. Good Lord. 5 Zetas.
Just do it!
No! Make your juice. You're going to be sick? I'm going to be sick. I love that. All right. Any other questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
First of all, question: did anyone, Grande and Loki, buy the Omega Pack, and how many Omega Mats did you get?
I buy it every day, and every day I got the minimum. I've gotten the 25. I either get 9 or 25.
9.
It seems like there's nothing in between. But
I got 5 on May the 4th.
Nice, bro.
Very nice. And how much is the Omega Pack?
$16.99.
But even the minimum's still pretty nice. So that's why people love that pack. All right. Next.
Yeah, when I saw that 25, my jaw dropped.
Oh my.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Next question.
Clayton Benjamin. Question: working on factions, is it better to Zeta Ewoks or Phoenix?
Phoenix,
Mhm.
I would say. Phoenix have ships. I think you can get by with Ewoks with just a few select Omegas. I don't even think you need to Zeta them to make them viable.
Great. All right. Next question.
Thane Kyrell. Question: are you guys full spoilers now for Infinity War?
Yes, if you want to say spoilers, it's been damn near a week and a half.
It's been a week. It's been a week at least. I think it came out last Friday or last Thursday.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
we can. I think we're fine. First of all, we don't cover any Marvel topics, right? And we don't cover any Marvel games right now.
Yet.
What do you mean? Yes.
Soon, TM.
Soon, TM my ass.
Oh man. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the Marvel movies and everything. I love those a lot.
I think they're phenomenal. I love Marvel. I've read shit tons of comics of them. I mean, X-Men were always my favorite Marvel characters.
Yep, agreed.
I mean, I collected all the X-Men comics. But I did read other comics, Spider-Man, the Marvel, the Avengers, West Coast Avengers, Secret Avengers, and I had other books that I like X-Force, with the new Deadpool movie coming out. I had those issues of the New Mutants and X-Force back in the day. So I'm very familiar with the comics and the lore and things of that nature, but X-Men are a little bit more up my alley, but, no. No
Yeah, I
more.
want to go see Infinity War a few more times before it's out of the theaters for sure.
I just want to know why that guy's got a scrotum on his chin.
Who? Thanos?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and tell me he's got a scrotum on his chin, Grande, to see what happens.
Hey, buddy, think you missed the spot.
And Grande's been turned into a pool of liquid goo.
Grande turns the bubbles.
Yeah.
Oh man, I think it's gonna
Grande
be
is
cool.
No more.
What do you Thane Kyrell? We have a channel I think called Spoilers in our thing. If you
Yeah.
want to talk about it, you're more than willing to talk about it there.
Yeah.
I mean, we can talk about it here if you want to, but somebody wants to talk about it. If you
Timeline for that?
do we have a what?
I said, should we set like a timeline for that? Like when we could talk about it?
No, we can
We
talk
said
about it
now. Now you can talk about it right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Right now, today, right now, you could talk about it.
Well, we're going to go to the next question.
Yeah.
Clayton Benjamin, question even Zeb Zeta?
Okay,
Friends don't
so
let friends.
shut
Zeta
up. That's so wrong, dude. Go look at it. It's
Yeah,
actually
but
good.
Zeb has the best Zeta, man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That dude
Go
hits for
look
like
at
80
Zeb
K,
Zeta,
dude.
bro. Zeb
He does
Zeta
like
is
8K
-1
damage.
cooldown. The attack cannot be evaded. Zeb gains 10% turn meter for each active Phoenix ally. If the target has no buffs, deal 75% more damage, plus
Yep.
bonus damage equal to 20% of the target's max health. If the
Ouch
target has any
time.
buffs, ignore their armor. If the target has any debuffs, this attack has 50% crit plus 50% crit damage. I mean, he got a freaking paragraph for a Zeta, bro. It's a good freaking Zeta.
Yeah, he can one shot Baze.
Yeah.
Because Baze has so much health, he can do like 100K on Baze, no problem.
It's
So
sick.
he's the best one.
Too many debuffs in the Sith raid, and that's the one thing in the Sith raid, in my opinion. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think it's a great Zeta too. It's just where do you prioritize it with the Phoenix
So
Wall?
in my opinion, the best Zeta period is Sabine.
Yeah.
But after that, you could
Right.
easily say that Kanan has a great
Yeah.
Zeta. You could easily say that Hera has a good Zeta. You know, I'm not super big on Ezra's Zeta,
I'm
but
not
a
either.
bunch of people love it. A bunch of people love it. The reason why I don't particularly care for his Zeta is because they have to have no buffs.
Right. It makes him that
That-
hard hitting Jedi too that the game's missing. And but I don't have a Zeta
Well,
on it either.
But
myself.
all that does on Flourish is 50% damage, and he gains 25% more turn meter, so he gains 75% turn meter on the deal. So it's a hard hitting hit, but it only works if you hit against a character with no buffs.
right.
So that means if the other guy has buffs, you're screwed. That's the reason why I don't prioritize that Zeta. I would say that Sabine, Zeb, Kane, and Hera, then Ezra, in my opinion.
All right.
Word.
But friends do let friends Zeta Zeb freaking Grim. In fact, friends recommend that they do it.
All right. Last question.
Mr. Pennypinch, question for Xylo. Has anyone ever told you got the most awesome stoner voice and laugh?
I have been told, yes. Thank
Yes.
you.
Stone away.
I mentioned that last week
Yeah. Oh,
when
yeah.
we were trying to figure out Jedi.
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
like,
yeah.
is there a stoner Jedi?
Mm,
I'm more dark side prone.
Well, he's more green side. Now you know why he likes Yoda so much.
Actually, yes, there is a stoner Jedi. I'm a gonna doobie.
No. All right. That's it for the lunch stream today. So big shout out to the crew. Thanks for everybody for being here. It was basically the RSG crew doing stuff today. So if you have more questions, you can come to our Discord. That's what it's designed for. We have over 1,000 people in there in the community that can help you out with all your stuff. That's what it's designed for, and that's what we exist for. But make sure you like and subscribe, guys. Keep that going. Remember, we got the we'll have the lunch stream tomorrow. We'll do the podcast later on that night. We're gonna do Battlefront in between on both days, and then also on Wednesday will be our regular stream. Because we do the lunch stream Monday through Friday, 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern, and then Wednesday night for 8 p.m. Eastern, we will do the regular stream where we break down all the greatest Star Wars Galaxy heroes, news and notes, and tell you what it all means and break it down for you. So on behalf of myself, Grundy the French Tickler, Grim the Mechanic, Loki the Lightsaber Builder, Stingley the Apprentice, and of course Xylo Takedown, who has his own channel, and damn it, you guys should be checking it out. Right, Xylo?
Yeah, please too, man. Like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. I just put a new video out on the bounty hunters last night. How many Omegas it's going to cost you, and then some little information in there for you too. Got some more videos coming. Like and subscribe again.
There you go. All right, so everybody have a great rest of your day, and we will see you 7 Eastern tonight. We'll do Battlefront 2. So we will check you out then. Everyone have a great rest of your day, and we will holler at you later. Peace.